Courage and the boldness that you gain after speaking affirmations over yourself. The more you hear it, the more you believe that it's true.
And welcome to Premier Fitness. I'm Gene Williams, your yoga instructor, and I'm here to tell you about the benefits of yoga.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining our show. You have just tuned in to Where is the Love? Excuse me. I am Stephanie Hawken Hall, and I am your host, and I'm trying to get it together. So thank y'all again for joining our show. Joining me is my co-host, my son, Gene Williams. So I'm sure you thought about that before you did it, right? You was trying to decide, what am I going to do when she introduced me this time?
Yes, you know what you want.
Yeah, I cannot find the show. Did you find it? Gene, did you find the show? Yeah, I can't find it.
Yeah, I did. I shared it already.
Okay. Again, thank you for joining our show. I'll look for it in just a minute. I'm not able to find it. Beverly Sears, though, she just sent me a message. Thank you, sis. You can catch us. You can catch us right now. I can't get it together, but I am right now. I'm speaking. Thank you. You are so doggone silly. So right now you can catch us. Where is the Love? You can catch us on Roku and Amazon Fire right now. All you have to do is go on those and search Pod TV, POD TV, all one word, space, LIVE, and you can watch us on TV right now. So you can also catch us live right here on Facebook, also live on our YouTube channel. So go to those. And you can chat with us. If you're watching us on TV, all you can do is watch us clown, because that's what we do. We've both been bullied a lot. And so the reverse of that, being down and depressed and sad and anxious and all of that stuff, the reverse of that is being joyful and happy. And so that is us. That is what we do. So we clown, we act silly. This is a very serious subject. And we definitely take it serious because we have experienced it for many, many years. So we are here to educate you and to share with you what we have learned about bullying, what we have learned about love, and the difference between bullying versus love, and how you know when you are truly being loved by the things that are happening to you. So we always recap what we did on our last show. We are on episode 29. We started this show in April of this year. So we are now on episode 29, and we've shared a lot. We have shared a lot. We started out by telling news stories or by sharing bullying stories in the news. Gene would ask me questions and to help me, give you information about the story, not just information, but bullying information that would help you to learn how to navigate through those experiences yourself and how they could have handled it differently and all those different things. So go back through our episodes. I've marked most of mine, so that you can see on the cover exactly what that show is about. So we always recap on the show what we did on our last show. So Gene, if you would recap, I've lost some of my information here. There it is.
All right, I got you. All right, so episode 28, we discussed how to combat bullying. Know what that is? Go back to the last episode or two. We discussed miscellaneous hoovering tactics. Again, a must know is very important. Also, how you should respond to narcissistic hoovering. Touched on the subject that we're going to delve deeper into today.
So you can go ahead. I'm still trying to find the show so I can share it. So if you would go ahead, we talked about acceptance last week. Started talking about, going to be talking about acceptance some more today, and we'll be sharing some other with you to help you understand why we laugh and giggle and have fun, even though this is a serious subject. So we will be telling you. You'll see. Hang in there. I can't give it away. I want you to stay with us and watch the show. So it's gonna be good. So Gene, if you would go ahead and start. I'm having a hard time.
You having a hard time?
Yeah, I am. So if you would go ahead, please.
Okay. I guess. All right. So again, as she stated, we are talking about acceptance of self and others. This is very important. In a relationship, be it romantic or otherwise. All right. So if we don't show love to the unloved, we'll keep repeating a cycle of hatred and bullying. Without accepting people and accepting this kind of thinking, our society will continue to be destroyed little by little and person by person. When we are controlling others and trying to make them fit our agenda or our way or our mold, we are bullying them. What is bullying? It is unwanted, controlling, forceful, repetitive behavior towards others, or even towards yourself, that involves a real or perceived power and battle. Bullying others happens in all age ranges, toddlers to seniors. There are no limited places as to where bullying takes place. It happens everywhere and through all kinds of people. We see it in government, we see it in business, we see it all over the place. And I have personal relationships as well.
Yep.
The most loving thing we can do for someone is to accept them. The most unloving thing we can do is to try to change them when they don't want to change. The work we have to do in our own spiritual practice to become accepting. Loving means to hold space for people in whatever situation or transformation that they're currently in. So however this person is living their life, you don't have to necessarily like it, just respect it, that's how it is. As long as it's not destructive to you, then hey, okay, that's how they rock. Now I don't necessarily want to deal with that. But you don't have to.
Right.
That's the choice that we have. That's the beauty of having your own autonomy. Your individuality. You choose to do whatever you want to, but don't try to stifle someone else. As long as it's not destructive to you or someone else, then don't worry about it. Keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like it, scroll to the.
There you go, Beverly.
I gotta serve the
Okay.
Okay. You got it?
The work. Is it the work?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
The
no,
work
no,
we
no,
have.
no, no. The next.
Okay. So that may be hard when you're in an intimate relationship with someone or when you expect something from someone, but acceptance is the answer. Gene, that look on your face.
Man,
I know, don't even say nothing.
I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. Okay, I'll be quiet. You read it.
All right, acceptance doesn't mean that you let someone walk all over you. It doesn't even necessarily mean that you co-sign what someone is doing. It means you allow them to be where they are and you don't try to change them.
Yes,
Acceptance. Accept people the way they are. Don't think you have to train somebody to be the way you want them to be, because then you're bullying others. Okay? Sometimes we cannot accept someone for who they are. All we can do is accept them and move on from our relationship with them. When we can say, I accept you and I honor you, but I can't and won't be a part of this. So that's your way of accepting that person without trying to change them, controlling them, and bullying them. What acceptance does, you want to say something? Did you want to add something?
No, I mean,
Okay.
just co-signing what I said earlier. Yeah.
Okay. So what acceptance does is resolve all judgment. We all have struggles. Say that again.
I said, say that again for the people. I don't know if they heard.
You got static on your end. So we all have struggles, and we have to accept that others have them as well. Accepting someone's behavior is an acceptance of their struggles. It honors where they are. Acceptance is important. Accepting people where they are is important because we want people to accept us where we are. We don't like when people try to change us. We don't like when people try to control us. We expect you to accept me as I am and don't try to change me. So you don't have to be in somebody's life just because they're not a way that you want them to be. And we'll get into that in a little bit. So you want to go next, Gene, or you want to add something?
You can love. Is that who we are?
When we try.
Okay. Yeah. When we try to change someone who doesn't want to be changed, it just creates more resistance in our own lives and our relationships. You know, that to be, man. You know, especially if you're dealing with a person like me, I'm gonna live this real hard.
Yeah. I be doing that at work all the time and they be laughing at me. I got my mask on. Get that away from me because they've started spreading COVID again in our plant. So I'm like, I don't want no parts of that. So I do that all the time and they just laugh. If I don't do this, I do. Yep, if I don't do this, I do this. Get back, get that away from me. I don't want that.
Right.
So you can love and accept. Go ahead. I hear that echo.
Yeah.
You can love and accept someone, but leave the relationship for your own well-being and mental health. Mental health. Call the mental health hotline if you need help. Call 988. That number 988. Don't call Tyrone. Call call the suicide hotline. No, 988 is also the suicide hotline. So they still have the regular number that they had, but if you dial 988, you will get be connected to the suicide hotline and the mental health hotline.
Yeah.
The beauty of
The beauty of
acceptance.
acceptance.
Go ahead. That's all right. Go
I
ahead.
beat you to it. I beat you to it. I beat you to it. The beauty of acceptance is that when you simply allow people to be who they are, they're actually much more likely to grow and change. This is because you create a space for them to have the freedom to step into their greatness. It's just like, hey, that's what I say. Y'all hear me say?
It is. Will you go out and come back in, please?
I got it. All right. See you in a minute, people.
Okay, while he's doing that, the beauty of acceptance is that when you simply allow people to be who they are actually much more likely to grow and change. This is because you create space for them to have the freedom to step into their greatness. So it's best if we allow people to be who they are. If we don't like how they are, we just get away from them. So otherwise, like I said, you're bullying them, you're treating them unkind, you're not treating them with love. And if we treat people, which is one of our big mottos, treat people the way you want to be treated and be kind. If you are doing those things to people, if that's your mindset, then you won't be trying to change people and you won't be bullying them. You'll accept them as they are, or you'll move around. So the choice is always yours. But if you think about how you would feel if somebody was treating you bad, then you would treat people better. So Gene, go ahead.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm lost.
Love is not. So now we're going to
Okay.
be talking about, and I'll read that, and then you can go ahead. Sorry, y'all, we're trying to get it together. You can't hear me?
I heard you that time. You should start a stop again. It is very difficult to love and accept everyone who they are because mistakenly we have expectations of them. Love that word again. Just as we have expectations of others, it is pure selfishness to expect. When we don't want others to change us. Think about it. How does it make you feel when others try to change you and you're unwilling to change? Let's love and accept everyone simply because just they are in our lives. And let's stop focusing on whether or not they meet our standards as if we will take.
Hey, Beverly, can you hear Gene okay? Or is it real staticky? Will you let us know, please? So, Gene, go ahead with the next part.
Okay. So when we say we change, if this person changes, I accept them. If they were less grouchy and irritable, I would love them more. If they believed what I believe, also a conditional love. What about that? Forgetting that we can learn something from everyone, rich or poor, educated or ignorant, atheists and believers. We are foolish to believe we can. People will change according to our preference, thinking that it has to be that way. Because honestly, it is worth experience. lose sight of the fact that we all have our times and rhythms to improve, to grow, deepening our own virtues, capacities, and talents, among others. Surely there is a lot of good intention in our desire for them to change to be better.
So we definitely um, all need change and can change, but we have to desire to change. We have to have the desire to change before we change and start heading in the direction of change. Otherwise, if we change because somebody wants us to change, it never lasts because we're not happy because I'm doing this to please you. This is not what I want, but I'm doing this to try to make you happy. So it's important to understand. Oh, Mark said no static. So, okay, good. I didn't even look. I'm glad because I don't know. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. So, let's give a vote of confidence to all people, especially those we find difficult to love. Let's push them to be the best version of when a person feels loved, accepted, valued for being who they are and not for who we expect them to be. A big weight is taken off their shoulders and they have an easier time getting to their goals. And so do we, let's face it, because we don't want people coming in our lives trying to change us, and definitely not trying to train us to make us the way they want us to be. You want to comment, Gene?
Right. Absolutely. We talked about this before, but we are all, um, according to certain beliefs, we are all uh, um, manifest here in this physical world. Life is, so we try to change other people to fit our agenda or our pattern, then we discount the beauty of the infinite intelligence that is the creator source by trying to make everyone fit into a cookie cutter version of ourselves. We forget
Yep.
that there's a higher intelligence, you know. So like it is like I said before, as long as what they're doing is not destructive or detrimental, leave people alone. Love them as
Yes.
they are, or leave them alone. You
Right.
know, um,
Yep.
we should be
Absolutely.
trying. We have how we live our lives is the person in the mirror. I can't, and if I do change, like you do change, and
You cutting out.
also changing to fit your agenda or your pattern, um, loses themselves, which is even worse.
Yeah. I'm having a hard
Did that skip
time.
all over the place?
Huh? You
Did
keep
that skip all over the place?
no, it's staticky.
Okay.
I asked
Mark,
Mark,
were
are
you
we
able to hear that? Yeah, right. Did you hear what I said?
no, I heard bits and pieces of it.
Nah. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Having technical difficulties today. We'll figure it out.
So Mark said repeat it again.
I'll try to. So we talk about often how we are all um, we are all parts of God so that God through us, which is why they say, neither shall they say, Lo here, Lo there, the kingdom of God's within. Um, but if we were to try to change someone else, then we what how did I say it? We discount the infinite by trying to fit someone into our cookie cutter um, image or perspective or whatever, however you want to go about saying it. But again, you discount the infinite intelligence and says this person needs to be this way so that I can experience this reality, this eventuality, so that I can develop in this way. You know what I'm saying? We're all part of the whole. Like we're cells of the great I am. I am. So, like I said, when we discount the beauty of each person's uniqueness, then we lose the sight of the infinite intelligence.
Yeah. Um, so let's talk about the 5 benefits of accepting people as they are. Would you start that? I'm going to put my headphones on and take these earplugs out to see if that's going to make a difference.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So the 5 benefits of accepting people as they are. I heard that. They avoid resentment and dissension. I mean, who likes to be told what to do and how to be? No one does. No one likes that. Some people accept it, but liking it is a totally different thing. Um, Benefit number 2, it brings closeness. When people know that you truly accept them, trust develops. Then they open up to you more, and a closer bond develops.
Yep.
Benefit number Benefit number 3, you'll experience greater personal growth. When you accept others, your focus changes from them to you, which allows you to work on fostering your unique skills and talents as well as improving your shortcomings.
Yep.
Because the beauty of having different people around you, it allows you um, to create solutions for problems or life situations by seeing the uniqueness in each person's perspective and the way they handle things. So that's, you know, true evolution is by paying attention to everything that goes on around you and trying different things, trial and error to see which one works best for you, and then trying different things every time. So that's the beauty of having unique people around. You have a unique perspective and way of handling things.
Yeah.
Uh,
So, you want to do it or you want me to do it?
you can do it.
All right, number 4, it enables you to let go of control and enjoy the many awards that occur when you do. Number 5, you have more peace and serenity in your life. So we just shared with you the 5 benefits of accepting people as they are. It's so important to accept people as they are, because otherwise you're causing yourself more headache and turmoil than you really need to, and then you're causing these people to have headaches and experience all kinds of things as well that's really unnecessary in their lives, and that's not beneficial, but that's breaking them down and tearing them down. And so those are
Right.
things that we don't want to be doing to people. So I realized that we realize that accepting people's annoying traits, idiosyncrasies, and the like can be very challenging. It is important to remember, however, that accepting people as they are does not mean you have to like or condone their annoying ways, but simply that you need to accept that is the way they are and that you are powerless over changing them. So why waste all the time, energy, and serenity trying. Don't try to change people if they're not what you want, not who you want to be around, not benefiting your life. Then leave them alone. That's going to save you some. Right. Exit stage left. That's going to save you some headaches and give you peace, and definitely give them peace. So what we have today is we're going to share a video with you that Mark said exit stage left, stage right. Just exit. Get on out of here. So because Gene and I have experienced bullying for so many years, this video is going to show you some of the things that has transpired in our lives to help us become better people. And then we'll talk about this video after you see it. So here's a video of our transformed lives. We're ready, Mark.
I'm dead,
I'm trying. My eyes are welling up. Man, Gene, we have accomplished so much.
Oh, yeah.
Even when I was putting that together, it didn't hit me like it did while I was watching it. It's like, man, this is really real. I never would have thought that I'd be doing, either one of us would be doing what we have been doing. Truly, our lives have been transformed.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. It's been tough, but it's been worth it.
Yeah. So, we want to talk about this video and our accomplishments. I never would have dreamed that I would be a speaker because I had a hard time speaking up about bullying, about, people mistreating me, period. So, and I didn't learn until years later that it was, bullying for adults as well as children. So, Gene, you want to start, or you want me to go ahead and go? That was amazing to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I just wow. Yeah, look back at like wow, like even like yeah, drastic.
Huh?
So I said even I was just looking back like in the span of a year, like things. So wow, just looking back over that time period, like I remember the highs and lows in between the things too, boy. That roller coaster ride, a
Yeah.
life, man.
So let's
Life
talk
is
about,
life.
yeah, so let's talk about this. I mean, for like maybe 17 years, you weren't really able to do much modeling or singing, um, or anything like that. And so I'm just going back to when you started modeling. You started modeling in high school.
Right,
So
right.
I'm bringing back some memories. I'm getting ready to give you some stuff.
I know,
So
Lord.
so you started modeling in high school, and yep, and then and singing,
Yeah.
because you did what is it called? I can't remember when you did it without music. I'm so excited I can't
Acapella,
even think. Yes, you
acapella,
sang
you know, the fashion show with Lil
Stevie
Scott.
Wonder a cappella. 16 years old.
Yeah. Not a fashion show. I got both in at the same time, a fashion show and got to sing.
Yep. And now you're doing both again. So starting at 16 and then going through high school, being in chorus and singing out on the tennis courts with
Yeah.
Jabbar and Rajan. I tell you, I'm getting ready to go deep.
Let's go back, boy. Let's take it back, boy.
Yes. So you were doing that, and then y'all went to North Carolina for a week
Yeah.
to sing, and
University, yeah.
yep. And so, and then what was the show called that y'all did? What was that called?
I
Not the
don't know
name of
what
the
the
show, but what y'all were doing.
right. So it was a show choir showcase. So like we
Okay.
got to learn and perform different styles of music, of wild dancing, and all of that stuff with a huge group of people. I think it was 200 kids or so. It was a bunch.
Yeah.
Full. That
And
was
y'all, we were living in South Carolina at the time, but we took Gene and his two friends to North Carolina to learn how to. I still can't think of the word that is called that y'all were doing, but they performed.
workshop.
You know, huh?
Right. It was a show choir workshop.
Okay. And so they did that for a week, and then they performed at the end of the week, and it was awesome. So that's one of the things he did. And then after he graduated from high school, we were still living in South Carolina. Excuse me, South Carolina. And then, go ahead.
Well, and I don't know if you even remember this, but when I was 15, I had the three-song writing deal with Sony with Mike and his artist Sasha. I don't know if you
Yep.
remember
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Yeah,
I remember.
yeah,
But I forgot about that.
yeah. Yeah,
That's
I don't forget
something.
about that. That's what I was listening. I was like, yo, and I had a writing deal with Sony at 15.
Yep. And so it's amazing how that happened so long ago. And then a lot of things happened in between. You went to college, and a lot of things happened in between. Got married. So many things happened in between. And then now here you are back with modeling and singing again.
Yeah.
So, and I told Mark this. Mark is our producer, y'all. I told Mark recently that we moved to Atlanta after Gene graduated from high school. We moved to Atlanta. Yep. We moved and I got ready to say ATL. We moved to Atlanta so that Gene could go to school, John Casablanca. That was a very expensive school, but we were trying to help him follow his dreams, help him pursue his dreams because he didn't want to go to college. And let me add to that while I'm here. Due to the bullying that he experienced in junior high and high school, he started talking about not graduating from high school. I want to quit. Remember that? And I was like, oh no, we ain't quitting. And we ain't quitting. So when he So once he graduated, we was like, since he don't, I told him once you graduate, you don't have to go to college if you don't want to go to college, but you will graduate from high school. So once he graduated from high school, we moved to Atlanta, like I said, and then he went to John Casablanca to modeling school, and then a year, yep, and then a year later he decided he wanted to go to college. Well, actually what happened is somebody came into my life that I worked with, and I was telling them about Gene singing, and this guy that I was talking to went to the same college Gene ended up going to. So he helped Gene get into that college because he went there, he graduated from there, so he connected Gene and I to the music director. Remember that? So anyway, Gene.
So actually, Ray went to Pine Bluff, Arkansas, which is where he met director Stephen Hayes.
Okay.
And Stephen Hayes had gone, he with the professor at PBA, and then he went to Lamont. So at that time, he was at Lamont.
Okay. Yep, and he connected them, and Gene got a full scholarship to go to college for music. And so that's how that happened. And so after going to school for 3 years, he decided, that ain't what I want. Then other things happened. Then he got married and, had a family. And then now, for the last year and a half, he has been pursuing his music again. He started, more than a year ago. But it wasn't agreeable in the relationship that he was in. So now he's able to pursue his music. He's able to pursue his modeling, and he has been doing both. And he is doing a fantastic job. So I told him a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, that John Casablanca is paying off. Go ahead, Gene.
Yeah, I was going to say, so I wasn't not able to do it completely. It was just, there was always a lot of resistance within that relationship as it pertains to me trying to be creative, being my creative self. So and the reason why we talk about the stuff that we do is because we experienced it personally. So I was in a relationship with a person who was insecure about me pursuing things that made me happy and things that were along the creative line, modeling, acting, singing. So I did them, but it was sparse because there was always some tension around it, which made things difficult. And eventually I was just like, it's not worth it. And then I say about the 10-year mark, I started looking back and was like, how did I lose myself? I got to a point in my life where I didn't know who I was anymore because trying to fit this cookie cutter standard set for this person by her family. And she wanted that to be me to repeat that cycle. And it just wasn't me. And being a supportive person I am, I always support the person I'm with or people that are around me. I love to see people shine. So whatever's making you happy, whatever's making you smile, hey, I'm down to do whatever I can to help you. What you need? Need some flyers? Need to go hand out some flyers? I'll advertise on my page. Listen, you can get it done. But
Yeah.
so like I said, this person wasn't supportive. It was supportive until it was an inconvenience for that person. Let me be very clear. Um, but just being back in this space now where I'm out of that situation, I'm in a supportive relationship with a person who loves to see me shine just as much as I love to see her shine. It's a beautiful thing. And then at this point in my life, in life, regardless of like I can't be with anybody who's not going to support me because I'm always going to be the first person. Hey, what you need? I
Yeah.
got you. Whatever I can do to help, I'm there for you. So if I
Yeah.
can't get that same energy from you, there ain't no need for me to be there with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So Gene has came a long way. So and it is so exciting to me to see it, all played back, and to go back to those memories that we just shared in this conversation about things
Yeah.
that transpired to get you where you are. So those are ways that Gene transformed in his life. And those are some of his accomplishments that you saw in the video. And there are more. So the yoga certification.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I got my 200-hour yoga certification through Yoga Alliance now about 2.5 years ago. And the crazy thing is, I got it like while I was recovering from the dislocated shoulder after the wreck. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I had to
Yep.
do the first part of it with one arm. That's
Wow.
determination. One
Wow.
arm.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing yoga like this, one hand, down, dog. Hey, listen, I had to do what they told me, so I get my certification. And I actually
Yeah.
graduated in the top 10 percentile of 3,000 people. So I don't know if I told you that.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah,
So again, those are some of the ways that Gene has transformed in his life after experiencing a life of bullying. We still experience bullying, but we handle it differently now. Now we have a voice behind our anxiety and our hurt and our pain, our stress. We have a voice that supersedes and overcomes those feelings of those effects of bullying that we experience, headaches, anxiety, depression, those different things. So now our voice speaks over and louder than those
right.
things. So to let people know that, to create boundaries and to let people know where we really stand. You can't just treat me any kind of way. I'm not taking that. So I got a
Nope.
T-shirt that says, "Nope, not today." Not today, not tomorrow, not ever.
Not over. Yeah. Thank you. So
So
I
now,
want to. So you put me on it. Now it's your turn. Now, dude. It's your turn.
yeah, I was getting ready.
Okay. Well,
So
I'm gonna ask the question. I'm gonna ask the question.
go ahead. I'm sitting down.
Sit down, Vanessa. Sit down. All right. No, but seriously, I want to say I'm very proud of you and the evolution that has transpired in your life. I remember, we talked a lot about, as I was growing up and just throughout life, how the rejection and things that you felt, feeling like you didn't have a voice, feeling unempowered, things of that sort. And to see you go from that to a place of power and just yeah, a place of strength. It's a beautiful thing. I know we talk about it, stuff that we're still going through, but just to see you on the other side, not crying all the time, not always hurting and things of that sort, like it does my heart good to know that you are
Amen.
stronger. Yeah,
it does my heart good to feel it
Yeah.
versus feeling what I used to feel. So I do a lot of laughing. People have told me you have a spirit of laughter. That's just something that happens a lot for me, and that's the opposite of what Gene grew up seeing me, how he grew up seeing me be, and then how he's seen me be throughout my life, be due to the rejection and the hurt and the pain and the brokenness. I love to laugh. It makes me happy. So what I have done, go ahead, because you're supposed to be asking, you're supposed to be interviewing me.
Well, I will let you just feeling. But so the first question is, throughout this journey of self empowerment, um, are there any particular things that you would say um, helped you reach that point, or little stepping stones that helped you get to where you are now as compared to where you were?
So, stepping stones, I would say, was always thinking about how I feel. When I was going through the bullying experience, how I felt during those times, and how I wanted to make sure in my life that I didn't make other people feel those things that I was experiencing. So, stepping stones would be, gave me a desire to want to help other people. So what I did is I started having events for women, to empower women and to inspire women. So I started out having a female speaker that would speak to a group of females to encourage us and inspire us. So that was one of the stepping stones, and that was the beginning, actually. And so to have that desire was big to me. And I didn't think all of the stuff that has transpired since then would have happened, because that wasn't my way of thinking at that time. I was like, how can I help other women not feel this hurt and pain and brokenness that I'm experiencing, and worse? And how can I help? So I started that way, and then I ended up going to a coffee shop and having events there. And so with the same thing, women coming and speaking, and then me, at that time, I started speaking about bullying shortly after starting the events for women. So I started that in January, and then in December of the same year, which was 2017, I saw a video on TV with a boy talking about people bullying him and how it made him feel, and why do people have to be so mean. And so then I stopped the empowering and inspiring events and started focusing on bullying. While I was focusing on bullying, I was also educating myself about bullying and what it is. And I learned right before that, through the experiences, workplace experiences that I was going through. I learned, oh, that's what you experienced all these years. And so I heard a voice that said, the Lord spoke to me and said, that's you. When the little boy said that, and that's you. So educate yourself about bullying and start helping other people. Share that information with other people. So I started doing that. I started speaking mostly at senior centers, senior residential homes. I went back to my old alma mater, my high school, and spoke. Went to another high school and spoke to their spiritual group before class. And so all these different places I started speaking about bullying. And it's a radio show They had a monthly meeting, and so they invited me, and then other people started inviting me to come speak about bullying. So that's what I did. So here we are, and then the organization was started in 2018, January 2018. So the next month is when the nonprofit organization was formed, established, and then so next month, January, will be 4 years ago. The organization Love Misunderstood Institute was established, and I'm the president and the founder of that organization.
Good. Yeah,
Any other questions? Because I didn't give you time to.
Well, first, my funny brother, he said, I heard a voice. I want to say, Cora, it's the Lord. Remember the brother said that? It's the Lord.
I saw you giggle. I didn't know why, but I saw you giggle. So now I know why.
Don't do it. Right. I'm like, don't do it. It's not the time.
Mark said, "Was that from above, or was it your dog's voice?" No, no. The Lord spoke to me and said, "This is you. This is your experience." So we are almost out of time. So let me finish telling you. So then I started a book in May of 2020. Started writing my second book. The first one was the workbook that I have. And I didn't publish that, but what I did is put a workbook together and started passing it out to people, the organizations that I was speaking at. And then what I ended up doing was, because a couple people started printing it out and giving it to other people, I had to stop giving it out until I got it published. So that was the workbook. So I wrote a book on workplace bullying. Then I went back and re-edited and added more stuff to the workbook. And then I did the workbook. So those are the things that, all the things that transformed my life. And my life is constantly being transformed through other things. But those transformations are things that I never dreamed of doing. So now I have a voice for bullying, and for myself and for others, and it feels great. And I'm really grateful that it has happened in my life, because I see people being bullied all the time. I see people broken and constantly beating others down and hurting others, verbally, physically, emotionally, mentally, and it's just horrible. And so now I'm so glad that my life has changed to be able to help people. And so now I'm just excited about that. You want to add something, because we're at the end of the show?
No, I just wanted to say again, I'm proud of you. You're using your trauma and your pain and the healing process that you went through to help other people do the same. It's beautiful. I mean, again, I just want to reiterate, I'm super proud of you.
Thank you. And to add to that, I am a certified trauma healing facilitator. I am a certified spiritual coach and a certified forgiveness coach. And so I coach people through their trauma and help them understand that forgiveness is very important in order to move forward. And so those are other things that have transformed my life, and I utilize those tools to help others get through their experiences. And so together, Gene is the treasurer of Love Misunderstood Institute, our nonprofit organization. And we said when he was 18, because I was doing daycare in my home at that time, and so we said we're going to have businesses later in the years, and we are going to put our organizations together. And so when that came to fruition this year. So doing the TV show, Jean becoming the treasurer of the nonprofit organization. And so we're constantly doing things together. So I love it. He love it. We love it. We love helping other people. So we're at the end of our show. So thank you. Go ahead, Jean.
I do want to say, I'm going to rewind just a quick second. You spoke about, the trauma coaching and things like that. I have personally experienced the transformative modality of trauma healing through you. And I, again, appreciate you for that help. As we talked about the trauma that I've experienced over the last almost 20 years of my life, that helped me put a lot of things into perspective and helped me channel those things, that trauma, that pain, into something positive. So again, I thank you. If anyone is watching out there, if you need trauma coaching, believe me, Love Misunderstood Institute is where you need to go to get that training modality to help you start the process of healing. So that's all I have to say.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for joining us on our show. We are here every Sunday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. We hope that what we shared today has been of value and of use to you to help you transform and to help you think about some things when it concerns accepting people as they are or walking away, so that you are not causing them trauma and all kind of depression and all kind of negative things. Walk away. Accept people as they are or leave them alone. So take care. Bye for now. We send you away with peace. We send you away with love. And we send you joy and happiness. Take care. Bye for now. We will see you next Sunday. Next Sunday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time right here. Take care and bye for now.
Right here, man. Right here.